Hey friends, Diana here. Welcome to my channel. I'm very glad that you're here. And today I'm going to be sharing probably one of my favorite soups, stews ever. But the cool thing about this is perfect if you're really trying to be healthy and no sugar, no gluten, no dairy, but not feel like that's what you're doing. I love, love, love this lentil soup. So we're about to get started on that, but first of all, please subscribe, comment below, let me know what your favorite soup is. And if the weather starts to cool off and fall's officially here, do you also feel like you have to cook soups like all the time? It's just so nice because it's just so warm and comforting, especially with some of my bread, which if you look at my gluten-free bread machine recipe, you can see, which is super easy. And again, one thing you'll see on my channel is I do recipes that I actually make every day for my family that are easy, simple, and I can actually get done, and yet are healthy, mostly, and do the gluten-free, dairy-free thing, which we have to do. So glad you're here. Now, let's get started. This is a lentil soup. Lentils, I will link below the recipe where I'm very much inspired. I've changed a couple things, but I love how she pulls together the turmeric and cumin and thyme in this, and there's no tomatoes. I do not like lentil soups with tomatoes for some reason. So this is, we're going more Middle Eastern versus like French with our lentils, but lentils are so good for you and they get creamy, and I'm gonna throw some black beans in. So let's get started. I'm telling you, this is a really easy recipe. So I need this on saute, which I thought it was. So you're gonna heat this up. I have about 2 teaspoons of oil in here, something like that. You can use pretty much any oil. And then what we're gonna dump in are our veg in flavor. So we've got our classic here, carrots, onions, celery. I'm at my parents' house, so super cool because this is pretty much all from their garden, including the garlic. So I've got about 1 stalk of celery, about 1/2 of a medium large onion, maybe a little more because I felt oniony. Oh, and then like 2 carrots here. A little more, a little less isn't gonna completely throw off the soup, but of course in the description I will post like an official recipe for those of you who like to follow rules exactly. You're probably a fantastic baker or cook. Great. And then I have 4, I think I did 5 cloves of garlic because one was a little small, and I never want to go under on my garlic. Anyone else there love their garlic? Yeah, I really love garlic. So this is most of the veg and a lot of that flavor for our soup. So of course, when you're doing soups like this, we're gonna put this in here and I'm gonna let it soften, that's what they call it, for about 4 to 5 minutes. I'm gonna hit it with a little salt and pepper, and then we're gonna add our spices and our lentils. So my veg is softened here, cooked for about 5 minutes. Then I'm gonna add in my spices. So we have here, we have cumin. I've got 2 teaspoons, 1 teaspoon of turmeric, and 1 teaspoon of thyme. Now I'm kind of spoiled. This is my mom's fresh dried thyme from her garden. So it's really, really lovely smelling. So these are my main spices, plus some salt and black pepper. Now I'm not gonna add a lot of salt. I added some when I did the vegetables. I'm gonna add a little more, and then I'll do more at the end once I taste it, because it depends on your chicken broth and your other things, and you can't take salt out. So. So it's nice to put your herbs and spices in for like a minute before you add your liquid. This blooms them, that's our fancy term, so that their flavors kind of like get a little stronger, but you don't want to burn them. That's not good. Then I'm adding 1 cup of lentils that I've rinsed them really well. And it's only 1 cup, but it will expand. And then I add black beans. That's my kind of added thing onto this recipe. Just because I want a little bit of a different texture and just a little bit something else in there. And I like beans a lot. Okay, so that's stirred a little. Now we're gonna add in 4 cups of chicken broth. Now this soup, to me, doesn't have a ton of flavor. The chicken broth makes a difference. So try not to skip on chicken broth by just adding water. It'll be okay, but it won't have the same like richness. Of course, you could do a vegetable broth because that can have lots of flavor if you want to go like vegan on this. It's smelling so good. I'm so excited. Okay, we're almost done, y'all. I told you this was easy. Okay, so we're gonna seal this. We're gonna make sure it's on sealing, not venting. Then we go to manual, and we're gonna add 12 minutes. Then I let it sit until it tells me it's done. Now, don't overcook this or it will be mush. So that's why some recipes in your Instapot, you kind of let them sit and naturally release pressure. This recipe, you want to hit release pretty much as soon as it says it's done. So it'll take about 10 minutes to get up, 10 to 15. And then it will be 12 minutes to cook. And then after that 12 minutes, you're gonna swip this to venting and you're gonna let it vent off all that steam, and then it's gonna be ready. I usually pull it out and let it sit on the stove for a while so it can kind of cool off, but not get overcooked. Okay friends, this is the best part, right? My soup is all ready. So I let it cook for 12 minutes. I immediately released the pressure and then pulled it off the stove and have let it cool a little. But who out there is with me with the toppings for soup being almost the most important part? So you can put a lot of different things on here. What I have is some nice fresh parsley and some avocado. And then I did a little red pepper. Sometimes I'll do sriracha or maybe a little bit of cayenne. I like a little heat, and my family does not appreciate it as much as me. Often eat this with like crusty bread. Now, being gluten-free, I do my homemade gluten-free. I don't have any with me right now at my mom's house, but it's my favorite way, dipping it in. But you guys, it's good just like this, especially if you're trying to avoid eggs or sugar completely. This is so satisfying, creamy and filling. If you need to boost the protein a little bit more, you could totally add in some cooked chicken or something at this point too. But this is good enough for me. And it's also one of those recipes that actually will taste amazing the next day. You can also put it over some rice to again kind of boost it. But I just like it as it is, and it's got this beautiful like yellow golden color. It's really good. Just so creamy and makes me really happy. It's perfect on one of those more chilly days or when autumn comes. So I'm excited to hear what you think. Let me know your favorite soup recipe or fall recipe. Make sure to check ours out. We have some pumpkin pancakes that are a big hit in our family. And we have some more recipes coming, so make sure to subscribe. I have to share my favorite chicken soup recipe, which may already be posted by the time you're watching this video. So check that out too. So I can't wait to get to know you guys more. Thank you for being on this channel and watching. That means a lot to me. You guys have a wonderful day.